Hello and welcome to this week's Live Local and Loud with me, Kevin Gaughan. On this week's show I shall be chatting to the wonderful Josh and Sam from local indie rockers Smackjack. And we'll also be playing lots of homegrown music by local bands. Hello, I hope you're all well and are having a great week. Right, let's kick this week's proceedings off with a bit of John Jones and Blossom Hill, which used to be one of my favourite wines, but not anymore. Anyway, John Jones, Blossom Hill.
I'm not okay with the games that you play. I'm not okay that you're digging your own grave. Don't wait, cause I'll be looking for my soulmate. And don't tell me I gotta do what's right, cause when I lost you I lost the right to fight. And I won't be on the corner waiting for you on the bench where it's just me and you now. I won't give up, I won't let go. I don't know how, but I'll make it okay somehow. Flip it up, rip it up, spit it up and stick it up. Another mellow note telling how I really f***ed it up. And don't turn your back or I'll knock you to the ground. She came out babbling, laughing like a clown. She says, John, you're nothing but a f***ing joke. Don't stay up too late, cause tonight I've gotta go. Go singing in the moonlight, I'll go dancing under night lights. I don't care, I don't wanna see your I'll go singing in the backyard with my best pal Blossom Hill. Drunken off my face, I don't care much for you anymore at all. She broke down to tears when I told her slowly. Said I had to go, she said no, please don't leave. I said I have to leave, I got people to see. It's a big wide world, she said I'm scared, I said don't be. I'll be waiting around the corner on the benches for two. It'll be just like the old times for me and you. She went to the benches, there was no one there. Poor little girly girl, she's tearing at her hair. Mascara black runs down her face. Every single tear leaves its own little trace, cause she's scared, now she's all on her own. She was scared all along, unknown of the unknown. Singing in the moonlight, I'll go dancing under night lights. I don't care, I don't wanna see your face. I'll go singing in the backyard with my best pal Blossom Hill. Drunken off my face, I don't care much for you anymore at all. Get helped up and then you get knocked down. People don't care and they knock you to the ground. You get helped up and then you get knocked down. You don't care, so carry on that frown. You get helped up and then you get knocked down. People don't care and they knock you to the ground. You get helped up and then you get knocked down, but you don't care, so carry on that frown. You're clearly not the person that I thought you were. I couldn't score in a brothel when I saw you first, but you came along, you changed all that. I'm sorry I picked it up, I was acting like a but I won't say sorry for the shit I said. I was young, I was stupid, I was just misled. I hear the stories and the things that you said. All these thoughts are running through my head, and I keep my hopes down, I won't make hope worse. I hang on to your every word and every single curse. There's things I miss and there's things I don't, but I'm over this now, unknown of the unknown. Singing in the moonlight, I'll go dancing under night lights. I don't care, I don't wanna see your face. I'll go singing in the backyard with my best pal Blossom Hill. Drunken off my face, I don't care much for you anymore at all.
That was John Jones and Blossom Hill. Of course, he was on this show probably about a year ago now, and he's currently performing his lovely music on various cruise ships around the world. According to his Facebook page, he was off to New Zealand at the end of January, just getting on a cruise ship from there. So, entertaining the lovely passengers on that particular cruise. That's great stuff. What a way to make a living, eh? He spends a good few months out there on the boats, and then he comes back for a bit, for a holiday, and then goes back cruising again, performing to people. Excellent. Anyway, that was John Jones and Blossom Hill. So let's have the very latest from Mysterious Blues, Daisy Likes to Groove.
1, 2, 3, 4. Daisy likes to groove on a night out. She gets a gin out. She carries herself, wakes up to alcoholic drinks, makes a fit of grooving with a boy blood t-shirt. Brothers and sisters, do you know what this girl's like? Ginger hair, which you can miss a mile. Looking lovely, yeah, on that dance floor. Rock and roll, she lives and she gets up for. Take it slow, watch the show. Next song, she shouts encore. Bet her mama wonder where she's been. Your song, yeah, she might say, do me a favor, don't smell her perfume, 'cause it might send you out to your room. She'd have the bar, working 9 to 5. Then she'd have the karaoke, living a rock and roll life.
That was the wonderful Mysterious Blues and Daisy Likes to Groove. Of course, they're always playing live as it happens this Saturday, the 4th of March 2023. They're going to be performing at the Black Swan in Melton Mowbray, and they'll be doing their covers of Gary Moore, Thin Lizzy, Jim Hendrix, as well as their own stuff. So that's the Mysterious Blues. You can catch them at the Black Swan in Melton Mowbray on Saturday, the 4th of March. If you want to check out their Facebook page, it's called Mysterious Blues. Okay, so now it's time for a little bit of Siobhan Matsey, who I saw a couple of weeks ago live with her band, and this is her solo, Siobhan Matsey, Waiting Awake.
ceiling, floating like a kite. If I'm asleep by the time you get back, you must have taken the forbidden track.
That was the wonderful Siobhan Matzi and Waiting Awake. Of course, I spoke to her a few weeks ago here on Sunny Live Local and Loud. If you want to check out any previous interviews, have a look at musicinleicester.co.uk, and there'll be a handy playlist on the right-hand side of all my little podcasts. Anyway, let's have a little bit of... I know what. It's time for this week's interview where I'm chatting to Josh and Sam from local indie rockers Smackjack. But first of all, we start off with one of their songs, L'Esecrata.
My mind still recalls all of what I saw that night.
She had vicious claws, we had a terrible bite, and I'm sure I could have died that night. What amazes me still, to my surprise, was her stone cold look of death in her eyes.
That was Lassecrata by the incredible Smackjack, and this week's interview is with Josh and Sam from the band. Hello, chaps. How the devil are you today?
Hello, how are we doing?
I'm doing awesomely. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining me on my little show. It's a great pleasure to finally get you on the show, and thanks for taking the time out to join me today, chaps. Now, you're two members of the band. Would you like to introduce yourselves and tell me what parts you play in the band, please?
Okay, yeah, well, I'm Josh St. Clair, and I'm the lead singer and rhythm guitarist of Smackjack.
Yeah, and I'm Samuel Masters, and I'll play lead guitar in the band.
Wicked guitarist, if I may say so myself. Brilliant. And you've got a couple of other people in the band. Would you like to give them a shout out on what they do, please?
Yeah, we've got Joel Kane on drums and Jacob Dobbin on bass.
Wow, excellent. Right, now let's start at the beginning, like all good stories. I've seen you perform an awful lot. It feels like I've seen you perform an awful lot on the local scene. So it feels like you've been around forever. but I don't think you have you? How long roughly have you been together now, chaps?
Well, probably about 5 years now. We've been playing since college, me, Joel, and Josh. And yeah, we've just been playing ever since, trying to get more music out, and just trying to just play the songs, that we've made up, and just trying to get more people to listen to them.
Amen.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have been around a fair decent time. Oh, okay. So, I mean, I've seen in the last 5 years, I've seen a whole load of other bands come and go. But you've always pulled through. You've always been the backbone of the Leicester music scene. So, what do you think is your secret to your longevity?
Well, we've always just said just keep playing, and eventually it will stick.
Yeah.
And we have seen a lot of bands come and go, and we've played with loads of great bands. And it's a shame to see them all go, but I like the fact that we're still around.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah,
it's been good fun. We've had obviously ups and downs and stuff, and times where we've not been able to get anything done. Obviously, in the last couple of years, events.
Oh yeah, and different bassists.
Yeah, we changed bassists and stuff, but
Yeah.
I think we all seem just as keen to do it as we did from when we started. So it's going to keep going.
You all get on with each other pretty well then.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we're
yeah, definitely.
literally best friends. We all grew up together, since college.
Wow.
We went out and experienced the world at the same time, so we're very close friends.
Oh, so how long have you known each other then? You've all grown up together.
Well, we all met each other at college when we were all about 16.
Yeah, 7,
Yeah.
that age, really.
Yeah, me and Sam had played at the same gigs before in our old bands, so we sort of knew of each other, but not really anything about each other.
And then we got together.
Yeah, got together, started writing music, got Joel.
Yeah, and then got Joel in college, and then
It's all gone from there.
Brilliant. You must have arguments though, don't you, within the band?
No, it's like arguing with your brother.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, what was the last argument you had? You must have had one.
Oh,
Tell us.
I don't know. I can't remember most of them.
Yeah.
All right. You always kiss and make up in the end.
Oh, that's it. That's always it. Yeah.
It's all love.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh. Now, I think you're a great frontman of the band. What's it like being the frontman of Smackjack? You seem to be having a good time.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's nice to not be yourself, and I care more about putting on a show than anything else when I'm doing it. So,
oh yeah, of course.
It doesn't really feel like it's me doing it at the time, and then I see the videos back, and I'm like, oh god, what's he doing?
Wow. That's interesting. So it's like a performance then. You're like an actor then when you start the gig.
Well, it's more like a persona because, personally, I'm a bit shy. But when I'm on stage, I'm not be, So I have a bit of time before I go on and psych myself up, and then just go out, go mad.
As I said to my guest Comprehend last week, you seem to be having a busy spurt these days, releasing a lot of stuff at the moment. Is that likely to continue, or are you going to start going out gigging as the summer comes along?
Yeah, we're getting 2 music videos out because we've already got one for Totalitarian Vegetarian.
Right.
That's a song that's already out on YouTube. And then we're bringing out 2 more music videos. They're coming out for the songs that are already on Spotify.
Yeah, so we're sort of on a break from gigs at the moment to try and focus on getting that done. And by the time the album's out at the end of the year, we want to have already be gigging the second album.
Right. Wow. So you're going to be gigging the second album in this summer.
Hopefully so.
Before we play the next song, the last song we just played, Lesser Crata. What's that about and why the name?
Well, I don't know. It's The Secret, translated into English. I guess the song, lyrically, was sort of written about sort of the area that I live in anyway. I live near this creepy old woodland area. And as a kid, always going up there, there's a sense of anxiety about being up there. And I guess I wrote it about what I think that anxiety is, or the sort of from the perspective of someone imagining what could be out there in the wilderness to get them.
Presume that's French, is it? Lesser Crata?
I believe it's Spanish.
A Spanish, Lesser Crata. Why did you call it Lesser Crata?
I just thought that musically it had the sort of the sound of spaghetti western, that sort of vibe, and I just picked up on that really.
Brilliant. Oh, that's it. So what sort of things do you write about? Just anything that comes into your head?
Well, fun songs.
Yeah.
It seems fun to talk about, and as long as it's got a sort of, I don't know, I want to be angry and like energetic, you know.
Speaking about Smack Jack, what's with the name?
Well, I don't know. You made it up, didn't you? Really?
Yeah, I guess it came originally from a lyric, and we just wanted something that's short and snappy. And
Yeah.
it's, you know, and then obviously a nice little nod to Nina Hagen.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
I thought so. She's done a song called it, hasn't she?
Yeah,
Yes, she has,
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's play our next song. It's Where's Peterborough? Would you like to tell us about that?
Where's Peterborough? Someone tell me.
Well, it's up the A47, isn't it?
I don't know.
I wouldn't know.
So how did it come about?
Well, to be honest with you, I think it was just, I don't know, just something, I don't know.
We all realised that we'd never been there.
Yeah, we'd never been there, and we just
Wow.
at one point we were like, where was it? Because we didn't know, and then we just sort of made it a name. But then the song actually became a more fun, interesting thing about aliens and robots, and you know, it's an odd song about, and then them coming to Peterborough and stuff like that, you know.
That's brilliant. Oh, okay. All right, then. Well, let's play it. So here's Where's Peterborough by Smack Jack. That was Where's Peterborough by the amazing Smack Jack. And this week's interview is with Josh and Sam from the band. I must admit, I've lived in Peterborough for a few years. It wasn't great then, but I think it's gone up a lot these days, so it's all right. And it is just up the A47 if you do want to go there. So you've never actually been to Peterborough?
No, well, we have since. Yeah, we have now. Yeah.
You traitor! I've never been.
Oh, have you not? I've seen it. It's not too bad.
Having said that, I've noticed pretty much all or most of your gigs seem to have been in sunny Leicester. Don't you venture out of town at all?
Well, yeah, we do. We do try to sometimes. We've got to do it more, really. We went up to Sheffield to do a gig quite a while back, you know.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but mostly Leicester, just trying to get on the Leicester scene, you know, get more people knowing us, and then start moving on to other places, you know. get more music out on Spotify first and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I would have thought surely you've done Leicester now. You've got your following. So I would imagine, if you play London and stuff, you could probably fill a minibus full of your fans and take them down there, couldn't you?
Yeah, well, that's the plan. I mean, it's always been that we just want stuff out there because obviously you want venues to see that you've got content before you turn up and give them something to trust booking you with.
Yeah.
But now we've got that. We do want to move around, and like the whole band's now mobile. We've all got cars.
Wow.
So we need to look further afield. I've been talking to the Fiddler's Elbow in Camden. Trying to sort out a date for that later on in the year. I'd love to do a gig in Liverpool personally.
Brilliant. Yeah.
But yeah, now we've got it. We've got something to show for ourselves. It'd be nice to go out and get some sports slots elsewhere.
Absolutely. And Peterborough, obviously.
Yeah, it's going to happen eventually, isn't it?
Yeah. Excellent stuff. So now I usually see you at festivals and stuff like Glastonbury. Do you think, will you be performing there this year? Do you know?
No comment.
No comment.
We may be around.
Maybe, or maybe not. Oh, okay. All right then. So would you say, now I've seen you perform live a lot. Would you say you're more a live band or a recording band?
Well, it's definitely more fun when you're live, and it's a lot louder, and you can definitely put more of a show on, you put more energy into it. And that's what we were trying to find while we were recording the album, is really trying to get the same tone and, same energy into it. It can be quite hard, but I think, we found a nice tone with it,
Oh, okay. And which do you prefer more then, being in the studio or out live?
Well, live, obviously, I guess, because you're there, but the songs we've written at the moment, the songs we've written and the songs for the album, they were written about, wanting to play them live and show people what we can do. But I'm sure that if we get some more time on the second album in the studio, get to spend time writing or creating it with the studio in mind, it'd be fun to explore those sort of ideas, and take just the whole studio as an instrument, like the Beatles and stuff like that,
Yeah.
So, and you must have played with most of bands in Leicester. Are there any bands left that you would really like to be on the lineup for? Are there any bands left you'd like to play with in Leicester?
Definitely. I mean, Ohana, they're great.
Yeah, we love Ohana.
Yeah, we love
You've
them.
played with them though, haven't you?
Yeah, we play with them. We'll play with them again.
Yeah, we always play with them again.
Is there anyone you haven't played with that you'd like to play again with?
I don't know.
I'd like to play with Bloodworm. We did a gig with them a while ago when they were just starting out, but now they seem like they've really found themselves. They're doing great, and George and that band's a good friend of mine from skate park when I was younger. And then I see we need to go out and find the talent, because we're planning on making an album release party in Leicester, and that would be when we want to get quite a lot of bands on that lineup.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, speaking of which, tell us about that. Tell us about the new album. When's that coming out then?
Well, the album at the minute it's done, it's ready.
Wow.
We've got to get some work behind it, and we don't want to just put it out in the air, just spit it out. We want to do and have videos and everything for it all planned and ready for when it comes out.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely later in the year. And obviously at the minute we're working around a minor complication of our bass player having a child soon.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's all good fun. So we've got to work around that. But we'll give everyone a date, but we want to book in with a venue in Leicester and have the album come out and have a gig on the same day as an album release party and see what we can do with that.
You could have a little mini festival, maybe an afternoons thing, a mini festival type thing or something.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Wow.
We're looking at exploring into having like an after party as well. So it'd be a whole day.
Wow, that sounds awesome. Okay, but that's probably going to be later in the year, is it?
Yeah. We're looking August time.
Excellent. So have you got anything else planned for the rest of the summer?
We want to get a few gigs sorted out, but there's nothing set in stone at the minute because we're just so busy getting everything ready. We want it to basically be like, here's the album, here's the band, bang, and come back at you with a new energy.
That's it. Brilliant. Okay. What about your new EP? You've just got a new EP out, haven't you?
Yes, we do. Yeah, we do.
Excellent. Would you like to tell us about that?
Go on, Sam.
Yeah. We've got what's that? 3 songs, is it? 4 songs. Yeah. So we've got what's that? Totalitarian, Peterborough, Lesser Crow,
Yeah.
and Helen from Marketing. You know, it's just great to get them out, really, to be honest with you, because we've been playing them for a while, and it's nice to have them recorded and finally get people to listen to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
must
no.
admit, I do prefer an album than an EP, though. So all those songs are going to be on the album, are they, as well?
No, those songs we recorded those songs a while ago at a different studio.
Ah,
So concept, like, for context of the album, we thought it'd do them more justice to have them released all together,
right.
and then have the album recorded somewhere else. So there's a whole length album as well as that EP. So.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Okay, so brilliant. So how can people follow you on your socials?
We are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all of them. Smackjack Band at Smackjack Band.
Smackjack Band. Brilliant. So before we play your last song, I'd just like to say thank you very much for chatting with me here on Live, Local and Loud. And we're going to play your last song, Cheap Thrills, Big Bills. I love the title. Can you tell us a bit about that, please? And when it's going to, is it released yet, or is it going to be released?
It's currently unreleased, and it will be out later this year.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And how did the inspiration, what's it about, and how did the inspiration come about?
Well, it's just about enjoying stuff that you ain't got to pay too much about. You know, there's people out there that are spending a lot of money and trying to be so fancy, but you ain't got to spend too much money to have a good time. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like you can go to one of your gigs.
Exactly. And
Bang
have a mad time.
Brilliant. I couldn't put it better myself. So thanks very much, guys. So here's Cheap Thrills, Big Bills by Smackjack. was me chatting to Josh and Sam from the wonderful local indie rockers Smackjack. So yeah, great to chat with them. Great fun bunch of guys, and yeah, absolutely fantastic to find out about the people behind the music. Okay, so let's have something a little bit more serious now. Here's a bit of Grace Petrie and If There's a Fire in Your Heart.
Dick Gaughan said there ain't no gods, excuse me while I shout the odds. The leaders have their cattle prods, but we have the stage. I look around and all I see is disempowered misery, and they dress it up as apathy and say that we don't care. But if there's a fire in your heart, it only needs to be a candle. Every fire in the world started from one spark. Take the fire in all our hearts, we will be more than they can handle. Take my hand in here tonight, and we will light up all the dark. I know there's winter all around, I see your spirits getting down. You thought we would have turned things round a bit by now. I need you to have faith in us, a generation brave enough to build a world on peace and love. It's never too late. 'Cause if there's a fire in your heart, it only needs to be a candle. Every fire in the world started from one spark. Take the fire in all our hearts, we will be more than they can handle. Take my hand in here tonight, and we will light up all the dark. If there's a fire in your heart, it only needs to be a candle. Every fire in the world started from one spark. Take the fire in all our hearts, we will be more than they can handle. Take my hand in here tonight, and we will light up all the dark. If there's a fire in your heart, it only needs to be a candle. Every fire in the world started from one spark. Take the fire in all our hearts, we will be more than they can handle. Take my hand in here tonight, and we will light up all the dark. 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 If there's a fire in your heart, it only needs to be a candle. Every fire in the world started from one spark. Take the fire in all our hearts, we will be more than they can handle. Take my hand in here tonight, and we will light up all the dark.
That was the wonderful Grace Petrie and If There's a Fire in Your Heart. Just looking at her Facebook page, it looks like her next gig is going to be in a couple of weeks' time, and that's going to be at the Port Fairy Folk Festival. Nice and local. It's in Port Fairy in Australia. So yeah, she's getting around a bit. But yeah, so if you want to check her out, that's in a couple of weeks' time. 10th to 13th of March in Australia, Port Fairy Folk Festival. So that's great stuff, and that was Grace Petrie. Okay, so now it's time for Jules and one of their catchily titled songs, Cross-Dressing in a Freudian Slip.
Freshly pressed record pressed against the stylers, designers, from pages of magazines to the Met Gala, voguing down the runways of the New York ballroom scene. I reckon we'll take another painting on top of Patriot Berry Range. I reckon we'll take another painting, page for page. I reckon we'll take another painting on top of Patriot Berry Range. I reckon we'll take another painting, page for page. The art of protest is essential. Change is fundamental. Art is Basquiat, Boal. Art is Amy Sherrill, Indian Moore, Maya Angelou. Warhol influential. At the heart of every protest, you'll find art is instrumental. Art is gentle, on our side. Art marches alongside women in their march for women's lives. Art's the creation, the celebration, embodiment of pride. Art is drag. Art drapes homophobes in a rainbow flag and demands you have your rights. I reckon we'll take another painting on top of Patriot Berry Range. I reckon we'll take another painting, page for page. I reckon we'll take another painting on top of Patriot Berry Range. I reckon we'll take another painting, page for page. Art's an accurate statement in the time that it's named. Art reaches every segment of the people, it's the forefront of change. Art shaped my childhood, it's my livelihood, it cannot be replaced. Art elasticates the mind, art is an escape, art is education. Art's a peaceful demonstration, art is inclusive, open to interpretation. Art is rehabilitation, a means of communication. Art is for the people, art has zero limitations.
That was the wonderful Jules and Cross-Dressing in a Freudian Slip. They're just back from a tour around London, actually. They've been performing at some huge gigs, packed out gigs as well. They've been playing Coco, they've been playing in Kingston as well, all part of their record label by the looks of it, Banquet Records. They've been organising all that. So yeah, that's Jules making some big noises down in London. Of course, we spoke to them probably over a year ago now, here on Live, Local and Loud. And of course, they're doing much bigger things now. So good luck to them. That brings us to the end of another Live, Local and Loud with me, Kevin Gaughan. I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget, we've interviewed most of the bands that we played on today's show. If you want to listen to the interviews again, check them out in musicinleicester.co.uk. You'll see a handy playlist on the right hand side. Also, doubly don't forget, if you want to see what's on in the local music scene here in sunny Leicestershire, then check out our very handy gig guide. It's got quite a lot of the gigs coming up in the near future in sunny Leicestershire. So that's on musicinleicester.co.uk. So do have a great week, and I shall see you here, Hermitage FM, next Thursday at 5 o'clock.